The vision I have is for life for regular people in outer space in the year 2050. And when creature comforts are made more available for regular folks who are traveling from place to place.
Okay.
During that time frame, there's going to be things called orbital super yachts careening across the stars.
Nice.
So it won't be just simply space stations, but also actual space hotels and yachts and cruise ships orbiting the Earth and the Moon and eventually Mars. But 2050 probably just be Earth and Moon.
Okay.
And so the vision I have with several of my associates is to design what that would look like.
Okay.
You know, it's on the cutting edge of practical and entering the realm of science fiction. But we try to reel things in to show you that these are possibilities. We can make this stuff happen now or really, really soon.
Okay.
So the idea is to add creature comforts. So there's a lot of different things I have around here to kind of make life interesting and adventurous, and realize, when people go on vacation, they want to have fun, but also realize this is a whole new type of adventure, because when you're out of space, you have no gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to worry about things like radiation and things like that, and your body changes.
Mm-hmm.
The way you live and do things changes quite differently. When people look outside the portal window, you can actually see the entire universe, unobstructed by clouds, unobstructed by mountains or buildings or anything like that. You're literally looking at the universe.
Wow.
Every single person who's gone out there has come back changed.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Yeah.
It's called the overview effect. There's an actual book on the topic. And the idea is you realize you're part of this greater whole, this greater thing called the universe. And you see the stars, and you see that fragile blue earth over there, and you're floating above it way, way beyond any airplane, beyond any bird, beyond any politics, beyond anything, and you realize you're part of a greater thing. Thus, I want to make space tourism and space travel possible for everyone. Space tourism is kind of a means to an end. My secret goal, of course, is settlement of the stars, settlement of different planets and things like that. But why not do it with fun?
And style.
And style, exactly. Thus, this comes into play. Introducing the world's first zero-gravity martini glass. Okay, you're making me laugh now.
Tell me more.
Okay. What it is, it looks like a normal martini glass without the stem. But then we put a top on top, which looks like two martini glasses attached together. Because in outer space, in zero gravity, all liquids turn into bubbles, and they float around.
Is that right? I didn't know that. Okay.
Without gravity, to fall flat, they just sit there in little globs. And so why not design a drinking glass that's stylish and fun, so you can have the gin, the vermouth, or whatever ingredients you want in here, and you get to enjoy the experience of all the little bubbles floating around, all the different colors, doing their thing. And with the straw on top, you could have fun
I see.
sucking at the bubbles.
So does non-gravity change the chemical structure of alcohol? Will you still get a buzz?
You'll actually probably get a buzz faster, because your body, like I said, changes up there. Because with gravity, you have your muscles working really hard and your bones working hard to keep the blood flowing from your feet up to your head. With no gravity, you don't have to work that hard. Thus, the blood is flowing evenly all the way across from top to bottom, from head to toe. Your face gets puffier, your chest gets bigger, other parts get bigger, your legs get smaller. Physiology.
Wow.
Yes. So there's a lot of medical research on these issues of what it's like for living for a long time in outer space. So, as I was saying about the drinks, you don't need that much to get drunk, because as you know, when you drink something, it gets into your bloodstream and gets to your head. Well, imagine outer space with a lot more blood flowing in your head, you get drunk a whole lot faster.
Okay.
So, something to think about.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's just one of several inventions I have here. Now, several neat things happen here. When we're talking about outer space cruise ships and outer space adventures and fun and relaxation, the first people going up obviously are going to be the super rich.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
And the honeymooners. They can afford these things. 5 people have already gone up right now to the space station on their own penny.
Who's that? Do you know?
Well, it started with Dennis Tito. He was the first one. And he was one of about 5 other people. And they all paid about an average of $20 million a piece.
Wow.
Starting in 2001, and every year after that, at least one person a year has gone up.
Wow.
Yeah. Another one's going up in October of this year. So it's a pretty amazing thing that's happening right now. Plus, at the same time, there are small private companies that are building privately owned, privately operated spaceships for a smaller price, like $200,000, to fly just to the edge of outer space.
Is that what Virgin's doing?
That's what Virgin's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. So, and then there are other companies that are actually building prototypes of real space hotels right now.
Oh, wow. Wow, how exciting. This is so exciting.
The stuff I'm talking about is, what I'm showing you right now is like the year 2050 science fiction-y, but people are building the foundation for this stuff
People
right now.
like you.
Like me.
Okay.
So, how do you serve these drinks on board your fancy space yacht? Well, instead of having an army of waiters and servants, what you do is you get robots.
That's
Lots of
what they're
robots.
for. Okay.
And this is an example of one. This is a multi-purpose robot, and on the top it has a basically like a waiter. It's kind of like a tray on top. This is a multi-function module right here where you can put different things. It could be a vacuum cleaner station, a washer dryer station. It could be other types of modules for different things, maybe robot arms. In this case, he's now a servant bot because I put the little servant module on top. He's got ducted fan jets all along the bottom, and
Wow.
the tops, and the sides. And there are no wheels, there are no legs. You don't need them in outer space. So this robot will go up and down and sideways and any direction you want, X, Y, Z axis.
Wow.
And so it will go from point A to point B around the entire space hotel or space yacht with the drink on board. This is not to scale. This,
Okay.
This obviously needs to be a whole lot bigger to hold this type of drink.
Okay.
But just to give you an idea.
Okay.
So you've got some intelligence on here. You have sensors on board as well to kind of like detect like who's who, what's what. There's a technology called RFID,
Oh,
radio
yes.
frequency identifier. So there'll be an RFID on this. There'll be an RFID on the badge of the person who's going up. I have lots of assistants to help me out. So each passenger on board will have their unique identifier. So to match drink A with passenger B, you have the robot to figure that out.
I
And he
have
will
it on
follow
record. Okay.
all over the entire space hotel.
Nice.
Okay? And so he will fly over to wherever that person's located, doing their thing. Or in the case of this, maybe at the discotheque where this couple is hanging out, coming up to them to serve them their drink.
That's cool.
Which segues to my next item here. I call this the G chair for obvious
For
reasons.
gravity?
Well, it's shaped like letter G.
Right.
Now, in outer space, people don't stand. They kind of go into a crouching position, almost a fetal position. Because there's no gravity, they have no reason to do anything with their legs. They're just kind of they're kind of in a neutral position. Their legs are bent up close to their knees are bent up close to their chest. Their
kidding.
arms are out like this, floating. Kind of like when you're swimming. When you're
Oh.
swimming, you're
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
similar
yeah, yeah,
position.
yeah.
You're floating, so you're doing that. So chairs are really irrelevant
Okay.
in space. So you would typically just like, float around. But when you're at a nightclub or something, sometimes you want to sit down and relax and enjoy a drink with someone without floating away. Right? So that's where the chair comes in. It's inflatable, and it conforms to the shape of a letter G, and the little part right here will kind of lock your knees down so you don't float away.
Uh-huh.
And you got this little headrest here so you don't kind of bounce out
Right.
and float out. So you have to come out the side. So the idea is you have some little lights up here, and you have like a magnetic tray here to hold your drinks
The drink. Awesome.
or your food or whatever. And it doesn't matter what orientation you are
Oh, wow.
because there is no up or down.
And we're going to cut.